Welcome back to HV the Life Coach, where we talk about how to change your mindsets and your habits so you can change your life for the better. I'm HV the Life Coach, so tune on in. For the month of January, we're focused on vision. And the thing we're going to focus on for this week that's going to help us with our vision is aligning with our core self, right? This skill is going to help us with our vision, aligning with our core self. See, a lot of times in life, people have been lost or led astray or put in a precarious situation that made them feel like they can't trust themselves. And so along the way, a defense mechanism that they learned or some type of coping mechanism or whatever the case may be that allowed them to feel safe, that allowed them to feel comfortable, was probably giving up their own power, right? Their own autonomy. They relinquished their ability to think for self or feel for self or trust self or respect self or whatever the case may be. They gave it up. And this changed who they were internally. And there's a wound from that childhood. And sometimes aligning with self is called healing your childhood self, right? The things that you felt as a kid or a teenager or growing up that you didn't deal with properly, that you didn't process properly. And because you didn't do that, you allowed yourself to go into predicaments or situations or experiences that weren't your best, that weren't for your best, that weren't for you, that weren't in alignment with your spirit, and it hurt you. We're gonna get past that. We're gonna work on that. We're gonna do some shadow work, okay? It's not your fault, right? It's not your fault what happened to you. However, it is up to you, your responsibility, to dictate what you will do from this experience moving forward. Let's be honest right now, okay? Let's be real. You know you can do so much more. You know you're capable of so much more. You know there's so much infinite potential within you. You know you're capable of all the things you dream of and that you really, really have that power. However, you're not tapping into it. You're not going after it. And there's something holding you back. There's something limiting you. I'm gonna be real with you. It's not everyone else you keep pointing your fingers at. It's not everyone else or every situation at work or everything at home. It's not those things. It's you, right? And I do believe when you have a mindset shift and a habit shift, you have a life shift. And if you want to change your life, tap in with me. For the past decade, I've been studying the leading experts in personal development techniques, specifically in mindset and habit shifts, right? And I do believe that when you change your mindset and you add different habits to your life literally changes. And you may not believe me right now, and that's fine. But you're gonna see from this day forward, I've planted the seed in your mind. And you're gonna see other people changing their habits because they changed their mindset. And you're gonna see their lives change drastically. If you want that to be you, I've developed my own mindset course and my own personal development technique ebook based on all the findings and research I've found over the past decade. So if you want to change your life, if you really to change your mindset and change your habits, it's going to transform your life. Click on the link below or go to hvthelifecoach.com. Again, that's hvthelifecoach.com. So one thing you can do to realign yourself with your core self or heal yourself is to allow your emotions to flow, right? A lot of us are ignoring our emotions. And when we have emotions, we're really having energy in motion, right? Energy in motion is our emotion. And when we don't allow that energy to flow in motion like it's supposed to, it gets built up. And kind of like when you get a soda can and you shake it up and then it explodes everywhere, that's exactly what happens internally with us when we don't process our emotions properly. We get all flustered and angry and anxious, and then we allow the things to fester up inside of us, and boom, an explosion or implosion, whatever the case may be. We have to learn to let things settle, let things calm down, right? You can never see your true reflection looking at a boiling pot of water, but when the water settles, you can see yourself. It's the same thing with your emotions, right? Allow them to feel, to process, to flow. You ever get so upset you want to start dancing or fighting or hitting something? Let yourself flow, right? Be mindful of how you control yourself though, right? Be mindful of where you exude this energy at. Be mindful of how you let this energy flow. Are you going to be destructive or creative? Are you going to be animalistic or thoughtful, intentional? Are you going to be primal or are you going to be logical, right? How are you allowing yourself to express these things? Is it responsive or is it reactive? Is it for your best or your worst? Is it for your higher good or your worst bad? What is it for, right? At the end of the day, only you can decide what your emotions are telling you and how they're responding to your being, and you have to listen to them, right? They're there for a reason. Higher emotions exhibit higher forms of elevation. Lower vibrational emotions exhibit lower vibrational frequencies and lower vibrational emotions, right? When you feel grief, you could vividly see someone soul can get low and sad and weepy and all that, right? Right? When you see someone jittery and happy and joyful, you see him bouncing around all over the place, and you feel so excited for them, right? You can share this energy too. It's transmutable, right? And it's transferable. I used the words interchangeably, my apologies. Right? It's transferable. It's contagious. Right? They say misery loves company. Well, so does love. And so when you get to this understanding that your energy is contagious and other people's energy is contagious as well, then you'll understand the dynamics of how you're going to maneuver and how you're going to guard your energy, how you're going to protect your emotions from being in lower vibrational frequency states. But when things do occur and you have emotions, you have thoughts, you have feelings, you gotta let them process, let them flow, right? If you don't, they'll build up inside of you like a soda bottle and get all shaken up and you're gonna explode. You don't want that. I've been there. It's not the best thing ever. You lose a lot of friendships, a lot of relationships, a lot of loved ones. It's not the best thing in the world to explode, right? You think you're gonna get your way. You think you're gonna have someone listen to you or something like that. It's not happening. That's how you push people away, right? Whether it's work, whether it's relationship, a friendship, an opportunity. Doing things calmly is what actually helps get things in your favor. Rushing to the ends, that's not what helps. No one wants to be rushed or moved to that state of agitation. It's not what's going to work for you. Calm down. Be still. And allow things to flow. So I kind of tapped into this when I talked about emotion, but another skill that you have when you're aligning with yourself is trusting your intuition, your energy, right? Your inner self. And when you're trusting your emotions and you're allowing yourself to be flowed through your heart, right? And led by your heart, not always your mind, you learn to trust your intuition. You learn to trust the voice that's telling you yes in the positive yes, not in a destructive yes. An uplifting yes, not a chaotic yes, right? And when you do this, you actually learn to listen to your being and what is actually of you, from you, and what is programmed to make you think and feel that this is from you, right? Because there's a difference between the two. There's the actual self, and there's the self that was created through the images and words and experiences we have with others. And last but not least, a skill that I feel like is powerful is recognizing your gifts. And I think Steve Harvey said this best, right? When I say gifts, I'm talking about your skill sets, your talents, your the things you were born with, you're naturally great at, right? And Steve Harvey said this best in my opinion. He said, your gift is what you do best with the least amount of effort since you were a child. It's what you do best with the least amount of effort since you were a child, right? And I know I'm a great facilitator. I know I have energy. I know I can break things down in a calm manner, in a simple manner, or a really upbeat manner, right? It depends on who my audience is. And because I'm in front of a camera, I don't really know who my audience is. I do know that I'm being authentically myself, right? I do know that I'm curating something that's gonna help last for generations. I do know that my best gift and skill set is my energy, my personality, and my ability to teach things that I know, right? And my excitement in sharing these things, right? I understand that my enthusiasm behind life itself is transformative to the people around me, right? But I do know one thing best. I can teach whatever I know, right? As long as I know how to learn it, I can teach it. And I love to teach people how to transform their life because I understand what it was like to suffer. I understand what it was like to literally fall down 1,000 times and have to get up 1,001. I had to listen to all those motivational speeches and all those books, self-help gurus, and listen to them and watch them and read their books and read their content. I've done that. And the reason I've done all that is because I literally did not want to stay the same. I did not want to live the life that I was living And I knew I felt this in my spirit. Something was telling me, it was calling me, it was pushing me, it was pulling me, it was just directing me, it was guiding me. And now I'm in a position to share the information I have with others. And so here's what I'm doing with you. I'm sharing the knowledge, right? You have it in yourself. No one can give this to you. No one can tell it to you. No one can share it with you. It's all within you. I'm here to ignite the spirit, the spark, the fight, the whatever the energy is that you need to ignite. I'm here for that. I want to see you transform. I want to see you grow. All right. So that's what I'm here sharing with you right now in this moment. That you have the power within you, right? And there's a gift that you're going to use one day. So once you be in alignment with yourself and recognize the energy and emotions you have and your intuition, you'll also recognize your skill set. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm Andrew, the Life Coach. As always, stay blessed and stay beautiful.